Hello everyone, today we'll be making a crochet mini bag using bobble stitch and flower applique. The first thing we would need is this Aran weight yarn, and I'm also going to be using a 5mm crochet hook. So let's begin. So we will first start by making a slip knot, and then we will be making 50 chains. So we start making the chains. I'm going to continue making these chains and come back when I've done 50. So guys, now I have made 50 chains. So now I will start the first row by doing single crochet. So I'm just going to go to the second chain from the hook and do a single crochet. So we basically have to make a base of single crochet for our bobbles to stitch. So if you just complete this row by doing single crochet, so if you just keep doing single crochets till the end of the stitch, and that way you will complete the first round. I will do single crochet till the end of the row and come back to you. So guys, now that I've completed the single crochet in the entire row, I'm just going to chain one and then turn. So we will now start our bobble stitch. To start the row of the bobble stitch, we will first do a single crochet in the first stitch. So just did a single crochet. So now we will start the bobble stitch. To do that, you'll yarn over, insert in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over and pull through the first 2. So you keep repeating till you have 6 loops on your hook. So yarn over, insert in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through the first 2. So again, yarn over, insert in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over again, pull through. Now you've got 1 2 3 4. So it's yarn over, insert in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over again and pull through the first 2. Now we've got 1 2 3 4 5. So we'll do yarn over, insert in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through the first 2. So we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now you're going to yarn over and pull through all the 6 loops. So now you're going to go to the next stitch. So you're going to the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and do a single crochet. So that's your first bobble. I'll show one more. So it's yarn over, insert in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2. You keep doing till you have 6 loops on your hook. Just follow if you want to. So now we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's yarn over and pull through all the 6. So you'll go to the next stitch and do a single crochet to basically secure the bobble in place. So that's how the bobbles will look like. Guys, I've done around 3 bobble stitch, and I thought I'll explain you the pattern. So I'm going to continue doing the bobble stitch till the end of the row and then chain 1 and turn. So basically the way the pattern goes is you do 1 single crochet and then you do the second round as a bobble stitch. So it's 1 single crochet row and then bobble stitch row. So this I will do till row 22, and that's how the length I want. If you want to do a smaller or bigger, it's up to you, but that's how the pattern is. So I've made till row 22, and this is how it's going to look. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be joining the ends from the wrong side. So the other side, this is the correct side that we would have. So I will start joining this from the wrong side. So for that, I'm just going to insert my hook and take the white yarn. I'm going to go here and then introduce the yarn. So go in there and then do a slip stitch. So I'm going to go to the next one, so hook and then do a slip stitch. So you keep doing the slip stitch till the end here. So I've completed the slip stitch here. We also need to do a slip stitch here to join this so that it becomes like a bag and with one opening. So now I'm going to do exactly the same thing like I did for the other one. I'm just going to do a slip stitch. The yarn as I did it for that. And start the slip stitch. So you go in here and then start doing the slip stitch. Continue till here. So we've done the slip stitch here, and we've done a slip stitch here, so now we've joined it. So now this is how it's going to look like. Yeah. So the flower applique will go here, so let's start with the flower applique, and then the handles will go here, which I'll show you later. So to start the flower applique, I will start by making a magic circle. So I'm just going to make a magic circle. I've used a yellow color yarn. You can use any other color you wish. So now I'm going to be doing 6 half double crochet. So that's 1, 6. So I've made 6 half double crochets, as you can see. Now I'm just going to pull to make the circle smaller. I'm just going to go in the first stitch here and do a slip stitch to join the circle. So yeah, that is how our circle is. So for the second row, we will be making 12 half double crochets. This is all the US terminology. So we will make 2 half double crochet in each stitch. So yarn over, go in the first stitch and do 2 half double crochet. Then go here, so I'll keep doing 2 half double crochet in each stitch and come back. So I've now made 12 half double crochet in the second row. So I'm just going to go, I did mark the first stitch with a stitch marker. I would recommend you guys doing it. So now I'm going to just go to the first stitch and then do a slip stitch to join. So the third round, the way I would do is basically I will do 2 half double crochet in one stitch and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. So it'll be 2, 1, 1. So I'll show you again. So it's going to be 1, and then it'll be 2 in the same stitch. So that's 2 in the same stitch, and then I'm going to go to the next stitch and just do 1 half double crochet, and then again I'm just going to go to the next stitch and then do 2 half double crochet, and I'll complete the entire row and come back. Complete the third row. Now I'm just going to go to the first stitch of this row and do a slip stitch to close. So this is going to be the circle, and we will now do the petals from here. So I'm just going to I've done a slip stitch, I'm just going to do it again, and then I'm going to cut this and then now introduce the pink yarn to do the petals. So now we've done the circle, guys. Now I'm going to introduce the pink yarn. Don't worry of the loose ends, we will weave that in later. So just introduce the pink yarn. Just going to go to the next stitch and just do a slip stitch just so that it's secured. So now I'm just going to go to the next as well and then do a slip stitch. So after that, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to chaining 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So I've done 7 chains, and I'm just going to go back and then do a single crochet from the chain, and then I'm just going to slip stitch again. So I'm just going to do slip stitch. So this will vary on how much petals you want to do. So I'm going to create around 9 stems like this for my petals to work on. So I'm going to leave a gap of 1 or 2 and then try and do 9 petals. So if you want to do less or more, it will depend. So just going to go ahead again, and then so I've done around 2 here slip stitches, and I'm going to again do chain 7, 1, 2, 7, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do single crochet that like I've been doing for the other one. I'm just going to now go here and then do a slip stitch. So just try and keep 1 or 2 gaps in between these stems, and then if you continue doing how many steps you need, I will do around 9 stems around here and then come back to you. So guys, now I've completed the 9 stems for the petals. So now what I'm going to be doing is basically start forming the petals. So the first one would be a half double crochet, and then you will do a double crochet in the next one, and then you'll go 2 double crochets in the next stitches. So there's 1, so it's 2 double crochet in each stitch till you reach the top of the stem. So I'm just going to go to the next stitch and continue doing the 2 double crochet. So it's 2 double crochets in each stitch as I mentioned. So you go on each stitch and you keep doing 2 double crochets. So now so now I've reached the top of the stem, so I'm just going to do 4 double crochet in this stitch. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then it's 4. So now I'm going to go to the next petal and again do 2 double crochet as we did for the other side. So that's 1, 2, and then again go to the next stitch and then do 1, then do 2, then again the same, so again I'll do this one, 2 double crochets, so now I'm just going to go in this one and then do a 1 double crochet, and then I'm just going to go to the last stitch and do 1 half double crochet, because that's how we started. And to join I'm just going to do a slip stitch here. So that's how our petal will look like. So basically you continue doing it for all the different stems that we did. So for me I just did 9 stems. So yeah, that's how it's going to look like. I'm going to finish everything and I'll show you. Now I've completed all the petals and this is how it's going to look like. You can change, depending upon your tension, you can change how many chains you do here on the stems. So this is how the petal is looking like. Now we are going to go back to the main body of the bag and then do the handles and then come back to this. So guys, now we will do the handles. So for the handles I've marked with stitch markers where I will put these rings. So you basically measure however you want that. I just want it like that, so that's why I have put the stitch markers here. So I'm just going to take the stitch marker out just going to put the ring here and then take a darning needle and then basically start sewing this in. I'm doing very simple stick just to secure this. So if you keep doing this, you'll be able to sew it. So I'll just carry on doing this and then sew this in. So guys, I've finished securing this ring here. So guys, I've secured the rings now. So all we need to do is basically just put the handles in the rings and then we are good to go with the handles. So here's how the bag will look without the flower applique. I'm quite pleased with it, but I will obviously also put the flower applique. So all I'm just going to do is use a yellow yarn and then just sew it in here. So guys, now I'm going to make a clasp bag, closing clasp using a pearl bead. So you just do is basically you just go and sew it in using a darning needle that I've done here, and just basic stitches, and just to make sure it gets secured. You could use any other, if you don't want to put a pearl, you can put any other button or those magnetic clasps, that should be okay. So once I make this little button clasp, I'm also going to make a chain around here. So guys, now we're just chaining just to make like a little opening for the button clasp to close. So once you make around 3 chains, you just go ahead and slip stitch just to secure it. So guys, I'm just going to cut the extra yarn and then weave it in later, but this is how the little button clasp is. If you see, this is how it's going to open. I quite like this. If you have any other methods, feel free to use this, but yeah, it's quite an easy one to do. So guys, I'm just going to go sew in this flower applique with just using yellow yarn very simply. If you don't like, you can just use the bag as it is. It quite looks elegant and chic without the flower applique, but I just wanted to go and put the flower applique just to add a little bit of cuteness to the bag. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, just feel free to drop in the comments. Thank you so much guys for watching.